No, this is why it's going to be a wobbler, because literally just, oh, you see, my exposure's wrong already. Look, oh, it's all going wrong. Essentially what's just happened is I've set everything up to go and do the live stream, and my up top camera, the software that I use to do that, isn't working. So there was panic stations somewhat was going on just then. So I've kind of bodged it together with the webcam. So, you know, we can't have it easy, can we? That would make life too simple. But I hope you're all well. I hope you're all having a fantastic Tuesday. Sorry I couldn't do last night. There were various reasons I couldn't, but you know, stuff's happened. So let me have a drink and then we'll get into it. So then, right, where the fuck are we then? Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Dean the Vaping Biker. I am going to be here all on my own tonight, so hopefully we're not going to have a super long one. Hopefully we're going to be done in like an hour maybe, so if that. So fingers crossed that's how we're going to roll this evening. But essentially, if you're new here, then what we're going to do is for the first 10 minutes I'm just going to say hello to people in chat. So if you're in chat, let me know who you are and where you're from, and I'll give you a little shout out, and then we'll get into the nuts and bolts. I know one thing that I've got to talk about tonight. Otherwise, I'm a little bit ropey on what I've got to discuss. So we're going to see how we get on. So thank you very much for joining me. Like I said, if you're watching this on replay, just fast forward it 10 minutes and then jobs are flipping good. And so we've got Viv, from Coventry, from her sofa in Coventry. Thank you very much, Viv. David Mottram's in. Nice to see we've got a few of the patrons in this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. Looks like young Stan is in the house as well. What else have we got going on here? Mason Towns. Yeah, Towns is in. Evening to you as well. I'm just going to make my chat window a little bit bigger so I've got more chance of being able to see things. Right, so under an hour unless I decide to show you the studio. No, that was just for the patrons. Right, there we go. Here we go. We're starting to catch up. So let's get into this one. Daniel Morales from number one, and we've gone wrong. So Daniel Morales, Los Angeles, California. Hello, nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining me. Yunes Bidar. I've probably wrecked your name. I do apologise, but you're from Morocco, so thank you very much for joining me over there. What else have we got? Lee T, good evening from Blackpool. Good evening to you, Lee. Reese is, how are you, pal, from Tunbridge Wells? I'm all right, buddy. How are you? I hope you are well. Pardon me. Good evening, Dean. South Oxfordshire here. Nice one. Kevin Mann. Mason Towns is in cold Lancaster, by the way. What else have we got going on? Vancouver Island, BC, says Otis Driftwood. Josh Rhodes is Indiana, the USA. Mark Hardy from Australia. Lovely old job. Hi from Antwerp, says Bart. Wolf Hart. Hi. What? Hello, Dean. Ahmed from Alexandria, Egypt. Righty-ho. Gotcha. What else we got going in? Deborah Connor is in from Kent. Nice to see you, Deborah. Thank you very much. Raymond Bramsell from Seattle, WA. Ian Batchelor Williams. Hi, Dean, from Behind the Shed. P.S. Camera troubles as Mr. T. He goes live. Camera troubles as he always has camera issues. I try not to, but you know, I'm not just turning on a webcam like Mr. T does. What else have we got? Shout out from Shrewsbury, vape in one hand, snake in the other. Fair enough, Dave. Thank you very much indeed. Sinistral, howdy Dean from dark, dank Greenock. Yeah, it's pretty dark and dank, I think, most places, although we had a glorious sunset in the east of England tonight. Alistair Robinson, hi Dean from Northern Ireland. Chris Phillips, howdy from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Hi Dean from Dunstable, says Jibby Jeffs. Dale Gribble from Michigan. Thank you very much for joining me, you lot. Dustin Vapor, they're located in California. What? What? Darren Holroyd, hi Dean, how you doing? Not too bad, a little bit of a headache, but you know, we're getting there. Nathan Sydenham, from sunny Weymouth. Andre Mo Vapes from the Philippines. Matt, Robert, get your tats out. We've had to put the heating on. I'm a bit fucking nippy. I've got a t-shirt on under this. I'm not kind of just, doing this business, but I've got sort of a nice fleecy warm shirt on because it's a bit flipping nippy. Where did I get to? Dustin Vapor, evening to you as well, Dustin Vapor. Kevin Hackett, hi Dean from Swindon. Reese, hi mate, how you doing? Not too bad. Hi from Newton Aycliffe in County Durham, says Shane Foster. Andy Fairchild, evening Dean from Tidy Flat in Bristol. Well done for tidying your flat. Proud of you there, Andy. What else have we got? First time here on your live, Dean, says Liam in Hinckley. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I'm afraid first time, and it's going to be this time. That may not be the best, but I will try and be entertaining in some way, or useful, or I don't know. It's just a way to spend an hour, isn't it? Geronimo Galagos, hello Dean from Colorado. Hello to you. Hello from Sheringham, says Snaggletooth, just up the road there in Sheringham. Nice to see you, Snaggletooth. George Stoddard, greetings from Augusta, GA. What else we got? Alex Hayden, forgot to say hello. How rude. Ian Thomas, Vaping Biker, Bristol, UK here. Nice one. Vaping Biker, that was Ian Thomas, by the way. I think I said that. Own Comforts, from Slough. Thank you so much for joining us. Niagara Falls, says Crypto Marcius. Marcius. I'm going to say that is your name. I could be very wrong, but that's where I'm going to go with that one. What else we got going on here? Howdy from Michigan, says D-Fogs. What else have we got? Great patron turnout, says Alex. Absolutely. The patrons are in the house this evening. It's nice to see. Hey Dean, hope you're feeling better. My wife has the same condition and it sucks. It does suck. It does. You're not wrong there. I hope she's coping. Paul Burford, hi, how you doing? Josh Rhodes, he's saying hello to Ian. Pal 702, Las Vegas. All right. I see Vegas and Niagara Falls, both places I really want to go, more than anything to photograph. I really want to do that. Good evening, Dean from Middlesbrough, says Andy Vickery. What else we got? Inge Jare. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. But you're from Christiansen Vape from, I'm just going to put it on there. There we go. Because I've just totally wrecked not only your name, but also where you're from. Hello to you. Hello to you. Now you see, I've done things with cameras and I've moved things and I can't see stuff and it's all in the way a little bit. Hold on. I'll be with you. Right. Here we got going on here. Andy Vickery from Middlesbrough. What else have we got? Drinking rum and cola, says Volker Het, and listening to Dina Who. Thank you very much indeed. James Parker. All right, let's do this. Fucking right. Absolutely. Vapor Biker, evening from Oban, Scotland, home of Todd. Sorry to hear that, but welcome in anyway. Dean, please shout anyone. Yes, anyone born in 1974. Matt had his birthday recently, and he's a 1974 child, 44 years of age, much like my good self. So a massive shout out to Matt once again. I said hello to him, or happy birthday, I think, in the last live stream, but I'm going to do this just because it was his birthday. So bloody right, absolutely. A big shout out to anyone from the 74, the best year of birth, without a doubt, unequivocally. What else have we got? Crypto Massage. Phone Biker, how about could you show this older biker dreamer mech you mentioned? Old biker, what? Hang on. Now, hey buddy, could you show this old bike? Oh, your dreamer mech you mentioned last week. What? I don't know what I mentioned last week. Did I? I don't know what. I've got all of the Dreamer mechs. Well, I've got the stainless, brass and copper Dreamer mechs. Which Dreamer mech are you talking about, Crypto? Vapor David, hi from Germany. Hey, brother from Lake Charles, Louisiana, says Swamp Squonk Mike. That's a fantastic name, without a doubt. I like that a lot. What else we got going on in Ian Thomas is in, Grant McKenzie's in Glasgow. Need to stabilise the gantry, Dean. Yes, not the gantry. Nothing's attached to the gantry that you can see. There is an arm with this camera. It's on an arm, so it probably moves. Does it? Probably. Glad to see you back, sir. Need us some more biker from Georgia, USA. Thank you very much, Chris. What else have we got? Hi, biker. I'm in Oklahoma, USA. Says, serious lion. Serious lion. Serious lion. Fantastic. What else have we got? Flying Sumo is in from Essex, and I think we've got Joseph from Stoke-on-Trent. I think I'm going to have to kind of move on a little bit now. Sorry if I've missed you, but I could be doing this all bloody night. I don't know how many people there are watching at the moment, but odds are it is more than I've just said hello to. So I do apologise for those of you I've missed. Now, what I'm going to do is I will try and answer questions as we're going through, but I can't promise because, as you know, as I always say, I'm not the brightest. And I've also lost a remote control. Do I need this? Oh, yeah, fuck, I don't need that one, do I? Hang on. Is that a thing? Or are we better without that? I think we're probably better without that, aren't we? It's more personal this way. Right, so, yes, what was I saying? I will try and pay attention to what's going on in the chat. I need to fill up some vapey things, but I need to talk about some bits and bobs, and then I will do sort of Q&As and all that sort of stuff. If you have a question related to what I'm talking about at that time, you know, if I'm talking about cheese, don't just ask me what my favourite brick is, you know, let's not do that. But if I'm talking about something and you're like, oh, I want to know some more about that, even though there's like a 30-second delay from what I say and what you hear, put it in the comments in uppercase, in capital letters, because I've not got anyone here to help me tonight. So, you know, could go horribly wrong. So, put it in capital letters, and then after we've done just a sort of a talk through about stuff, then I will go through sort of a proper hardcore Q&A. Is that all right? Is that cool? Are we gravy with that? Let's have a little vapey poos first, and then we'll get into things. Pardon me. So, as I said, we've got a bit of an issue. The software's not running that camera, so super sexy shots are not on the agenda from the table down. But what we've done is we have got a little bit of a camera action thing going on, which we're going to have to it's going to have to do. If I move a plant over here, look, it's my little effort at trying to look a little bit kind of more attractive. We'll see how we get on, but yes, we've got problems, we've got technical issues, but you know, I think that's kind of what you guys expect. So let me talk to you about stuff now. I do not know what I talked about last week, as always, I did not take any notes. So that's going to cause us some problems. But let's have a little chat about the videos that have gone up first of all, shall we? So what we've got going on is we did the Purge review. Which was on. I'm just having to bring up my app here, so I've got an idea about what I've done. We've got the Purge review, which we did in Brick Chopper in the UK with all the Harleys as the background stuff, which was pretty cool. I think that was pretty cool. I enjoyed doing that one. I enjoyed doing that because it was a challenge. It was a challenge. Sorry, I'm just looking at the note, and I think I've already shown you guys the Ultron stuff and the Asmodus gear. Yes, because I showed you the knife. It's going to be one of them tonight. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Right. So, yes, we did the Purge one. It was in the Harley shop. I enjoyed doing it. That form of kind of, you know, a lot of YouTubers now talk about making short films and all that sort of stuff. Well, it wasn't that, but having the sort of the multiple backgrounds and the various ways of doing it, and the multiple framings and the kind of cool funky B-roll, including engine casings and stuff and things. I really enjoyed doing that. So I definitely want to do more of that, because as I say every week, I'm not a 5 review a week kind of guy. When there's stuff of interest, when there's stuff that I think will be useful to you guys, I'll do a video for it. If it's interesting, I do a video for it. And whenever people ask me if I'll review stuff, very, very rarely do I agree to do a review. However, what I do say quite a lot is that I'll try it, and if it's any good, I'll tell people about it, and so on and so forth. There are a million review channels on YouTube now, so there is a fuck ton to choose from. When I get something come through and I can make a nice little video of it, I'm still aiming to do the two reviews plus the live every week. So we'll see how that goes on. But if I can make quality content that looks a bit different, that's kind of an enjoyable thing to watch, that happens to incorporate a review, then I think that's going to be something that's a little bit different in the grand scheme of YouTube reviewers. And that's something that I really want to push forward with, because I really enjoy it. It takes a lot more to do. It takes a lot of work. But I really enjoy doing it, and I really want to do more of that. And I think it's a little bit more interesting. I mean, Take for instance tanks. There are so many tanks that are all so crazy similar these days that, you know, you see the same build going in. Sometimes you'll get a smooth airflow or an angry airflow, but odds are you're going to have the same style of vape. So, you know, why do you need to trawl through 5 videos a week for that? If there's something you want to see, then there's someone else that's probably going to be doing it. If I've got one, if I talk about it in Monday Night Live or Tuesday Night Live, then I will be more than happy to let you know as much as I can about it. And if it's something that's pretty cool, then I'll do the review of it, and jobs are flipping good. So that way, the idea is you get nice kind of visual content that's nice to watch, rather than just a kind of, this is me talking, this is the table, and this is where we go up top. Because quite frankly, after 4 years, I think, of doing it, there is so much stuff in vaping right now that bores me silly, because there's a lot of stuff that's very, very similar. And because of that, you know, I want to keep doing good stuff, and that means that I have to kind of change up the way I do things from time to time. And so hopefully everybody wins when that happens. So I hope that's cool. I hope you all kind of dig in that one and understand where I'm coming from that one. Now, the second video that we did was the wrapping video, where I wrapped this Batium. And I got to say, I'm surprised about there's been a few pissy comments on it, obviously, but I'm surprised at the amount of people that didn't know about wraps, that didn't know that you could wrap a mod, and how easy it was to do that. It is, someone put, I never knew how to put a sticker on a mod before. And, you know, yes, it is just putting a sticker on a mod, but not a lot of people recognise that you can get them, or that, you know, that they do them. And so I thought that was a pretty interesting video, because, you know, there's a lot of people that are saying kind of, you know, there's a new mod out every 5 minutes, and so, you know, I can't keep up. I can't keep buying new mods all the time. Well, sometimes you don't have to. And if you can change up your wraps, if you can, you know, stick a wrap on it, and then 2 weeks later you'll spend a tenner and get another wrap, you can completely change the look of your mod. And in the background, you're saving up for something kind of really special and super sexy, or made of a bit of wood, or, you know, or whatever it might be that tickles your undercarriage, you know. That way, it's just, it gives you an opportunity to change things around a little bit. Sure, it's not going to look exactly the same. I mean, you know, this does not look exactly the same as a stabwood mod, obviously, but it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of funky, and there's a fuck ton of them that you can choose from if you want to. So that's why I did that one, and, you know, I'm pleased that it's kind of helped people. I tried to do it in a kind of a nice pretty looking kind of vein, as I'm trying to do these days. So hopefully you enjoyed that while I did it, or the way I did it. So jobs are flipping good. Right. I think I need to put that wattage up a little bit. I'm not entirely sure if both of these coils are firing. Let me just check. Yes, they are. Yes, they bloody well are. But I'm going to need to reduce them. So, what have I been vaping on? What am I vaping on? What's going on? What's happening? What day is it? Who am I? So, what we've got going on, let's, right, hang on. Let's do the, ooh, look. That's not super colourful, is it? Let's put a bit more saturation in there just to, oh, look at that, look! What? Fucking what? See, these lines now are going to really upset me. There you go, that's kind of straight, isn't it? No, not that way. Not that way. There we go. Boof. So we're going to have to deal with this until I can get my super sexy camera going soon. The lighting shit. Oh, this is upsetting. Oh, my word. Oh, trouble at mill. Oh, no. No, wrong way, Dean. There we go. We're going to have to deal with that one. So, shitballs. Shitballs. Let's do some of that. Boof. Right, there we go then. So, yes, that's the one that I showed you in the wrapping video. That's the one that I did in the wrapping video. Now, on top of here, at the moment, I've got the Vice RDA. I've got that little puppy going on. That's from Vape Porn and Asmodus. Got a couple of little coils banging around in there at the moment. You can see that wick really needs changing out. So I might actually do that while I'm online. We'll see. Yeah, I really do need to change that out. I've had 4 builds in this now, and I've not made my mind up. I have not made my mind up on this one at all. Now, I think I've said to you before that some people are going to have issues with the fact that you've got this big old gold band at the bottom, and I think that is absolutely going to be the case, because that big old gold band is going to put some people off without a doubt. That's going to do some people right in. But it's a thing. It's there. I wish it wasn't there, but it's there. So there you go. That's happening. But when it comes to the deck, we've got this kind of clamp situation going on, and it's a clamp very much like the layer cake. So it's a split level clamp, and I really did have to wrench it down to get these things going. Generally, I'm not a fan. My voice is going. Why is my voice going? I'm generally not a fan of these central kind of things, because generally, when you're pushing things down in the middle, unless your wires are absolutely exactly the same on both sides, then one of the sides isn't going to sort itself out. It's not going to get in there properly and stay in there, and that's super fucking annoying. However, not an issue, a massive issue that I've had with this, but it is something that you do have to really kind of welly it together when you do that. The design of the RDA itself, with this bad lighting, it's all right. I'm not entirely convinced about these sort of sharp corners going around this top end here, but that's happening. Now, one of the things that I did think was very interesting, and I've not looked at any reviews, so I don't know if anybody has kind of stated this or not yet. Can you get a vaping biker wrap for the Basium? Do you know what? I was going to do one, and I don't think we ever did. So, no, at the minute. So when you've got the old, take out the old drip tip like you do, and I want to put it's a big old hole, so it's bound to be an 810, isn't it? But you got to put an 810 in there, and no, that doesn't happen. Now, one of the things that I can check on for completeness' sake while we're here. Is there a big hole to 810 fucking, how's your father? What's it called? Adapter in the box of things? Coils, Dean. I don't think there is. No, there is not. So it's not a normal 810. So you can't put your normal 810 drip tips into it, which is a bit poo, quite frankly, because I've got a lovely. You do get this thing with like bunny ears. I don't really understand the shape. If you know why this shape is like this, then you please let me know, because you can tidy up your center screw with that one, tighten up your center screw with that one, but I don't really know why we've got the ears. I don't know why they're there. I don't know why they're a thing, but they're a thing anyway. So yes, the lack of 810 drip tip did annoy me greatly, mainly because this lovely drip tip that Mr. David Mottram organised. David, let me know in the chat who made this one again, and I'll give him a shout out because I've forgotten, because that would have just looked ace on there, but doesn't fit, too small, so can't use them. Sucks balls. But there you go. So proprietary drip tip is just stupid, Lassie says, and you're bloody right indeed. So yeah, that's really annoyed me. That's very much annoyed me. So whoever, Vice by Vape Porn, whoever these people are, quite frankly, comes in a bunch of colours. There you go. That's exciting, isn't it? So yes, proprietary drip tip. Drip tip rubbish. Now then, what else have I got? I have been vaping on. So I have been vaping on the EOS Hydra, my father. Now I'll talk about this tank in a minute. The EOS, a few people have said that there's talk of jumping resistances, and I think that was mentioned in the what's your father? How's it called? Monday Night Live last week. And I've got to say, not something I've had an issue with. Are we in focus? Kind of. That'll have to do. It's a very colourful screen. It does a whole bunch of things, but I've not had super jumpy resistances. I've had RDAs and drippers on here, and I've not had any problems with that whatsoever, which I think is quite cool. Interesting look. It does remind me of a couple of different mods with these sort of cutouts in the top here. So this kind of design on the sides there is very, very similar to other things that we've seen. And what else we got going on in there? Let me take this out. I've got some Golisi batteries going on. You can see that we do have this stab wood is all the way through, so it is proper stabilized wood in there, which I think is very, very good. So I'm happy with that one. Well done. Well done, those. I liked Ultrona, who I can't do. Put the fucking there we go. I liked Ultrona when they did the Luna. That made me very, very happy. Now they've done this, I'm not quite so ecstatic about it, but it's all right. It's not a bad looking mod, I think, all things considered. I think it looks kind of okay. Now, when it comes to this tank is something from someone. Hang you on. This is the Alpha tank by Geek Vape. So, another one of these ones that you're probably unlikely to get in the UK because it's got bubble glass, but there we go. This is the Alpha tank. Now, I do not like this resin looking thing. I think it looks uggo as you like, but and I said last week about how absolutely absurd this drip tip is, and it's just ridiculous. Totally stupid, completely ridiculous. It's ugly. There's no reason for it, and quite frankly, no one wants something that big between their lips. So not a joy at all. But aside from the gimmicky aspect of it, of that being an open switch there, so you press that and whoosh, that just flicks open like a good one, which is, it's super gimmicky. I think I said last week that for all of those of you that have been waiting for a tank that you don't have to unscrew the top of, then this is the one for you. Then, I maintain that one. Now, in there, you're not going. Oh yeah, you can see that I've been using the 2 coils. Now they're looking a bit mucky now, but I've used those coils since I've put the bugger in there. Since I've had the tank rather, and I've got to say, I hate, despised with a passion found in fat kids and pizza, the wide bore mesh coils, or the wide bore any coils with a sub tank coils with a super wide inner bore upset me greatly. This, however, is with the 2 coils in it, even though they're mesh, has been bloody marvellous. Now this is on here at the moment. Hang on. Get this thing to start up. Come on, you bugger. Now, this is on here at the moment with a cheeky 55 watts. So, with the cheeky 55 watts, I think I've been rocking this at 66, but we'll give it a go at 55. Does a grand job. Does a grand job. And I've got to say, these coils are definitely dying now, but my patrons might be able to remind me when I unbox this one. But it's been doing a grand job. It really, really has. And that surprised me a lot because, you know, of late I've not been asked to build tanks. I build one tank, one of the newest Modus tanks. I built one of them, hated it. So sort of threw this one back on the mod again. And I've got to say, I've been reaching for it quite a lot because even with the airflow down quite considerably, I mean, might be able to see you've got 3 airflow holes and there's one there. Oh, hang on, you bastard. Focus, wrong way. There we go. So I've got the airflow hole open between 1/4 and 1/3, somewhere along those lines. And I've got that obviously the same on all 3 of them. And that's given me a nice resistance for the type of vape that I like. And I've got to say, I am very fucking surprised. Very surprised. It's not going to get a review, but I'm very surprised. I think it looks ridiculous. I think it's ugly as sin. I think the colour's ridiculous. I've got a black and white one as well, which is slightly less offensive. That'll go to one of the patrons at some point in time. But, you know, I don't like the way it looks. The drip tip is ridiculous. The gimmicky spin out top thing is something that could potentially be a point of failure at some point, but, you know, it's not broken on me for the time being, but it's definitely a gimmicky kind of thing. Particularly when you spin it open and your fill hole isn't that massive. But the actual vape from it has been really bloody good. And it surprised me. It surprised me. The big hole one, no, but the two coil, the 2 coil version of the sub tank coil, fucking right. Get up here. Get in here. I am going to change out the coils and yeah, I hope you're going to be able to get them. These are mesh as well. And I said last week that it confuses the piss out of me that they can get the resistance they do by having 2 kind of very, very small mesh coils, because I can't work out how that's a thing. But they've done it and it's very, very good. So very enjoyable. Anyway. Bit of a clash of colour going on there. Absolutely. Yes, there is. However, I was running it on top of the Osmodus something up until very, very recently because I figured I needed to test out this mod. So I was running it on that, and that was kind of slightly less offensive from a colour clashing point of view. Just slightly, but it is, you know, having it. But yeah, as far as sub-tanks go, I tell you, you know me, you know I don't like tanks, but I could see myself getting to a point of going, do you know what, I'm just kind of squonking a decent sub-tank. And that's me done. Do you know what I mean? And that's a funny old game to be in. It's a funny old game. It's a funny fucking game. And have a little drinky poos while I have a quick look in chat there. Thank you very much for all the thumbs up that have gone on the video thus far. Now then, what else have we got? So, what else have I been rocking? Well, let me bloody well tell you. So on this, this is too far away. This is too far away. Back in, quality's gash, but you know, what can you do? What can you do? Sharpness, if I take that down a little bit, that's a little bit less offensive. A little bit less offensive. So, on this Stabwood Squonker, oh my God, Dean, you're still ill. Yes, I'm always ill. I'm a very poorly boy. So, yes, what am I saying? This fucker, what's it called? It's from Matt, Suck My Mod, the Hermetic RDA. I've been rocking that. I've been putting a bunch of different builds going on in here. I've been rocking it in squonk mode for the majority of the time, to be honest with you. I am going to have to put that in a dripper at some point in time. The airflow, was a surprise. It was a surprise to me that Matt went with this kind of airflow, to be honest with you. I thought it would be something a little bit different to that. It's not the quietest, and it doesn't feel the most luscious RDA. It doesn't feel like a kind of like a Hadley or a, you know, something with a bit of beef to it. But it's pretty easy to build. Now, this style of build deck with this T clamp going on in here, once again, not a fan. I hate these in a dual coil situation, because then once again we have to have a whole mess of different legs going in at different sizes, and it's a pain in the dick. I've got a parallel coil in there at the moment. That's just a 26 gauge. Oh, there we go. 26 gauge parallel coil over 3mm. That's what's happening there. That's about due for a change out now. But that's the current build that I'm rocking in that puppy. But no, all in all, it's not been a terrible experience. Once again, I am closing that airflow down quite a lot, right there. So now, is there anything else? Yes, there bloody well is. Now then, here we go. It's a charger. It's a charger. Now, it seems that Golisi have been sending these out to all the reviewers, and they did ask me if I would review it, and I said no, I'm not going to. But if you want me to give it a look, I will. And so that's what they've done. Now, they sent me this along with some batteries. So I'm trying out the Golisi 18650 and the 21700s at the minute. I just put the 18650s in the old Bassium under here. And have a little look and see what these look like. Nice kind of matte black wraps going on there with Golisi written in them. I think Mooch said that these are all right batteries. I think he said that they weren't, they weren't monsters, but they're all right. I did speak to Golisi about these, and they said that they come from their own battery situation. In fact, let me have a little look. Let me have a little look, because I don't want to tell you the wrong info on that. Pardon, that would be wrong. That would be wrong. So, let me tell you. By the way, those are original batteries from our factory, not rewraps. So there we go. That's what they've said about that. That was worth waiting for, wasn't it? So that's what they've said about that. Now then, I opened up this charger for the patrons the other day, yesterday, recently, whenever it was. And I've got to say, it's kind of funky. One of the things that you're not going to be able to see very well at all is how clear this screen is. Now then, if I just pop... First of all, let me tell you about this one. Let me tell you about this. So we've got... It says on here... Let's see if we can get this so you can see it. So you can see just about that it says 2 amp on that one. And it says 2 amp on here. It misses a bay. It says it here. It misses 2 bays. And then it says it here. So when you just have... Is it 3 batteries or 4 batteries? I think it's 1, 2, 3. When there's just 3 batteries in there, it can go at 2 amps. It can charge at 2 amps. When there's more batteries in, it goes down to 1 amp. Now then, if we pop a battery in, one of the things that I was super impressed about, and it's definitely not going to come through with this camera at all, is just how amazing this screen is. It's incredibly sharp, and I mean stupid sharp. It's just ridiculously sharp screen. I can't sharpen the camera. This is a Gash camera. So yeah, it's just a crazy sharp screen. So it's really, really nice to be able to see. Now on the top there, it does say that it's 2 amps charging. Hang on, let me do this. Let me do this. Look, fuck my life. There we go. What if I turn this? If I turn the top light off for a second. Oh, sexy. So there we go. We can see that is a very clear screen. We can see that we've got 2 amps charging at the top. We've got a we've got a percentage going on. I can't see what I'm doing. This is a bad idea. There we go. Whoosh. We've got, get off. We've got the percentage of the charge. We've got how many, that's the current voltage. that's in there at the moment. And then underneath it says that it's a lithium ion battery going on underneath there. So it gives us a bunch of information. It does give us more information as well if we click this little button here. Here we've got the Mars going on, and there we've got the something else. What's that one? Forgotten. Hours. What hours? Maybe, I don't know. Well, no, how long it's taken to charge. I think that's what that one is. So yeah, it gives you a bunch of information. Now, prior to having this particular charger, I was using the X-Star Dragon Plus, I think it's called. And one of the things that really fucking wound me up, because it didn't have nipples on the top there, just for you patrons that like me saying nipples, because it didn't have nipples at the top there, sometimes it didn't charge things properly. And so I'd stick them in a mod and one of the batteries wouldn't be charged, and it would really wind me up. This one tells you the voltage of the battery, and that to me is worth its weight in gold. It really, really is. So I'm very, very happy about that one. So these take 18 350s all the way up to 21 700s. Do they take 20, the big fat ones? 22, 6, no, 20, the big ones. They might take the big ones as well. Let's have a look. Da, 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 da. I'm going to go with no. Oh, yes. No, there we go. We're in. That's charging. Boof. So, Bosch, some of those 26 650s, that will charge as well. But when it comes to the 21 700s, just so you know, because I know sometimes they can be a little bit snug to get in, there's a 30T going in there, no problems whatsoever, charging away quite the good one. So there we go, Bosch, having it. We're having it like that. Can't get it in my thing anymore. It won't fit in my thing. My box of fries. Go on. There we go. So yes, all in all, don't know how much these are. I'm going to have a look. But I think you can get them everywhere, from Amazon to a whole bunch of places. But so far, super impressed with this, just because it's simple. It's kind of made pretty well. The one annoying thing about this particular charger, which I've spoken to them about, is when they sent it to me, it wasn't with a UK plug. So I called them up, I emailed them and said, look, you didn't send me a UK plug, what the fuck? And they went, oops, sorry, we'll send you a UK plug. So that's what they're doing. But as far as I'm going to go, I'll report back if this charger holds up and keeps doing what it should be doing. But no, so far, quite crazy clear to see. And I don't think they're that expensive. at all. Should we have a look? Why should we do that? We've got the technology, we've got the time. So hang on. If I do some of that, and then move that over there, and then do that. Right, so if I go Golisi battery charger. Now I've got a load of things, you can't see it, but I've got a load of windows over what I need to see. So, gosh. But hang on, we're getting there. Da-dun-dun. This is the S6. So S6. Oh, am I in the bottom corner of the picture? Am I? Fuck me, that's big, isn't it? Let's just look in Amazon. No, they're batteries. Golisi S6 charger. Oh, I've got an S4. 24 quid for the 4, look. Christ, that's cheap. 24 quid for the 4. Well, that's about as good as I can give it to you at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, germs. But that's a thing. Did I lose volume or anything like that during that bit? I hope not. So, if they're that cheap, then, that's stupid cheap. isn't it? I mean, that's stupid cheap. It's stupid. That's just stupid, as they say in my neck of the woods. Stupid. So yeah, all in all, quite impressed. Go out and buy one. They're quite good. I might put an affiliate link up at some point in time. Tell you what, I'm getting a bit fucking ropey now. So, anything else? Anything else going on in there? Any other questions about that stuff? I don't think so. But the charger, well worth it. Very impressed. Like it. Not a sponsor. I think that covers that one. Now, have I got anything else to go through before we do some sort of Q&A things? No, my colours all look a little bit different, but never mind. We'll see how we get on. I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, I've also been using quite a bit, surprisingly, this is Modus Pod, which is the Flow, is it? I think it's called the Flow. I'm very impressed with the battery life on it. And it's really slow on going through juice, which is nice. Flavour is quite reasonable. Still not quite as tight as I would have liked it to have been, but no, nonetheless. Job's a fucking good one. Job is a good one. I think that's all right. I mean, you know, pods, they're bad ones for sure, but the good ones are all right. I don't know any good ones that are going, fucking what? Amazing. But there we go. J. Jerry is saying 26.56. So yeah, I mean, if they're around about the 30 quid, if they're about 30 quid, something like that, then that is a cheap 4 or 6 bay charger that can do you well. So I think that's all right. I'm quite impressed. Quite impressed. Juice wise, what am I doing so far? I have just started on the white gummy bear from Darkstar. This is a new one of their flavours and does taste. When I think I said to the patrons when I mixed it up, I finger dabbed it and I couldn't remember what white gummy bears would taste like. Took a taste of it and went, fuck yes, that's what white gummy bears taste like. So, you know, that was good. I've also, there's another one. There's a banana one that they sent me, Banana Man, I think. And, I've decanted it into a 60ml, bottle, Chubby Gorilla. And, I said I was supposed to leave that for another week and couldn't wait, couldn't do it. So I've got that rocking in here at the moment in this, in the Basium, and, jobs are good. Very bloody nice. So, is there anything else? Ow, fuck me, the heating's on. The heating's on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's turn that down. I think that is it when it comes to new stuff. If you've, unlikely, but if you went to my webpage today, you would have seen that it was down for maintenance. That's because earlier on I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the way my website is. I'm going to make it simpler, easier, more straightforward, but have more information in it. And I thought, how long will that take? And it turns out quite a long time. So I keep changing my website, and every time I do, I go fucking, you know, I did this 6 months ago, so jobs are good. And then I've completely forgotten how it works, how you do it. So I've added some different software and plugins and various bits and bobs today, and I'm working on that one. So hopefully I'll do that tomorrow. I've got to go and put some ashes in the ground for a dead relative. I've got to do that tomorrow. So I might not be around all day, but I will be back and recording again on Thursday. So that'll be fun. Now then, what else? What else have we got going on here? Can't see anything going on. I've switched to my Vape's live show that is on now. Fair enough. Crack on. Give it some beans. Go and check. How sweet is the white gummy? Quite sweet. Quite sweet. Not stupid sweet, but quite sweet. Gummy bear sweet. Really? That's that's the best way that I can suggest it. What else we got going on? Darkstar Athena on me, Basium, and here we go. Let's seeing as Wolfie came in late, let's do that. Darkstar Athena on me, Basium, spelled wrong, but let you off, and the drop solo at the moment, loving it. So thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Isn't technology bloody marvellous? It bloody is. It bloody is. Now, if you've got a question, bang it in. Is it angry on the coils? I can't tell you about the gummy bear being angry on the coils quite yet because literally just started using it. So, you know, I can't really tell you. I'll report back. How's that? Is that all right? I'm using Twister Lolly in that tank at the moment, whatever it's called, that alpha tank. There we go. And I don't think that's terrible on. It's not brilliant, but it's not terrible on coils. Okay, Lois Ashton, I'm going to try and put your questions up when I see them. So, how tall is the Ultron mod? There we go. So it's a little bit taller than the Basium. So I imagine I'm going to say this is going to be like 83 mil, maybe something along those lines. I reckon something along that. It's fatter than the Basium. It's wider. So, you know. The Basium's huge. Can't get a 30 mil atomizer on that either. Anyway. What else have we got going on here? Dave, your vaping buddy, how's the dog? Amazing. Thank you very much indeed. Took lots of pictures of her. I take lots of pictures of her because I never leave the house. So I took a nice picture of her the other day. Proud of it. Like it. Can't be asked to show you because it'd take too long. What else have we got going on in here? It's very hot in here. Grant McKenzie, have you seen the new Top Fill Squonker from TVC? Yes, I have. There we go. That answers that one. Not got one, but I've seen it. I've seen the presentation. Watched that one. Got my Basium on the way. Can't wait. Great stuff, Tom. I hope you enjoy it. So no Mr. T today. No. I did say at the start I was on my own. Sorry. What else we got? Steve Clark, hi, Vape, Mike, Steve and Helen from Rugby. Sorry we're late, not long got here for work. Hello, Steve. And Helen, I'm going to say Helen and Steve. Hello, Helen and Steve. My favourite couple. Thank you very much for joining me as always. I had the Basium and the Drop Solo, but I'm having problems again with the Basium. Colette, email Dovpo, info@dovpoesig.com. Get an email across to them, tell them what you have an issue with, and they will sort you out. Just ordered my second Basium, green this time. Excellent. Thank you very much indeed, Geronimo. I mixed your BSC mix with some minor alterations. Wow, it's sweet and very maple. It is. And yes. Got a Dovpo V today. Mod of the year possibly for the price. Absolutely. Was it this year or was it last year? When did I review the V? I've got a feeling it might have been last year. But it was very good. Very good. What have we got? Are you going? I forgot to put questions up. Are you going to be designing another mod after the Basium? I don't know. If something, I'm not going to design something just for the sake of designing something. Whilst it does help the bank balance a little bit, there's no point in me doing something like that just for the sake of it. So if I can think of something cool, then I probably will. But if I can't, then I probably won't. Oh dear. Little ones. Right, Lassie. They use very low density mesh on those multi-coil heads. That brings the resistance up. It's like using thinner wire. That's good to know. I still don't understand. I'm going to have to pull one apart, Lassie. I'm going to have to pull one apart because I still think it's bloody marvellous. I think it's bloody amazing. And the great thing is, and I said this last time, that you don't have to put a crap ton of wattage through it like you do through everything else. Now, talking about the mesh, after stinking about the mesh for ages, I've got the profile going on here still. And I still think for these here are the two best mesh products I've ever used, without a doubt. And, you know, it's a little bit like kind of, you know, like being the best posh food in Iceland, but they're still, standalone. Do they beat regular coils? No, I don't think they do. But from a mesh point of view, these are the two, the Profile RDA from Watofo and the Alpha Tank from Geek Vape, the two very best products that use mesh technology, in my humble opinion, for what it's worth. So there we go. Go out and get some of those up here. Dean, how are you enjoying the Slam piece? I love it with the Money Shot RDA. I haven't got the Money Shot RDA, which is a bit of a bummer, but I do enjoy the Slam piece. I did the video on that one. I hope you've seen that one, but go and check it out if you haven't. It's very pretty. Right, what else have we got? Look out! Look out! Todd's Reviews is in chat. Look at that. Look, bless his cotton socks. Dean, have you seen what? Dean, have you seen the V-sticking VK530? Is that the one with it looks like it's got like a comedy rap going around and it's got a slightly brought in waist. If that's the one that it is, then yes, I have seen it. I haven't got one, I haven't tried one, but yes, I've seen it. So there we go. And it looks interesting. What else have we got? Load of people saying hello to Todd. Oh, it's like that, is it? Dean, are you on a stand at Expo? I'm not on a stand, Flying Sumo. I'm very happy about this one. Very happy. Because when I was at the Delft stand last time, it was brilliant because I got to meet a load of people. Everyone knew where I was. But I saw fuck all of the show. So it was a bloody nightmare. So my vlog was a bit rubbish from it and a whole bunch of things. So this time I will be... I might kind of go to the Dovpo stand as a kind of a base, maybe, but I will be out and about a lot more. But what I'll do is, if anyone is interested in saying hello or anything like that, if they don't see me around the show, then I'll make sure that I am in a particular spot on each of the days. So, and I'll put it on social media, so on Facebook or Instagram stories or something along those lines, so people will know where I am. If they do want to come say hello. So there we go. That's going to be that. Hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, I hate it when people do that in a live stream. I really try hard not to, and I try hard to not have dead airtime, but it's quite difficult when you're on your own. Now then, have you tried the massive Vapors Cloud Valhalla RDA? I have not. Although I think I tried to see if they did a gold one. If they'd have done the gold one, then I would have done it. I would have bought one. Because I thought that would have matched the Slam piece. But I don't think they do. And so I didn't. But I believe, seeing as you're talking about Vapors Cloud, I've got the new... Is it the new mech kit? V, what is it? V something or other. Someone's going to say in chat by the time I've done this. I know they are. But VCM. Is it VCM? I think it's VCM. Hang on, and I will tell you. VCM Reborn set. I'm getting one of them. So that's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to trying one of them. And I think I am going to be getting the little RDA from them as well, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Can't remember the name of it. I'm just scrolling. And no, I can't see what it's called. Shogun. There we go. Shogun. So I'm getting those two things coming in from the Vapors Cloud crew. Very nice people they are too. So that's happening. So we're going to have some new things to look forward to. Now then, what else have we got? Hi, VP Virgin. Not seen live person. Love you. Thank you very much. Tony Reese, 68. Very kind. Seeing as it's your first time, I'm going to broadcast that statement. Look at that, look, with your eyeball. What? Now then, what else have we got? Vaping Biker, what's your favourite cheese? It's Alex's question. Brie. There we go. Dean, are you keeping the split screen set up when Todd is on? Absolutely, absolutely, I will. And also, you know, I can if I want to. I can. Why didn't I do that earlier on? That would have been a good idea, would it not? But I can split screen and show things and do stuff. This new software is the tits. It's really good. I really like it. I really do. So there we go. It's a thing. Now, what else have we got going on here? Make a vape case. It's hard, isn't it? I did think, I had an idea for a way of carrying vape gear at one point in time, which I think would be kind of cool, but it's not the sort of thing that like a vape company would make. And the target market is so small that I'm not going to get like kind of one of these camera bag makers get into making one. But I thought something that would be really quite cool, but unlikely. It's unlikely. Colette, that's why I said email Dovpo, my dear. Do that. Am I correct in assuming that the TVC mod will come out equipped with the same chipset as the Basium? No, you are not correct with that one, AJ McLean. It's the same screen. It's the same screen. I designed that screen and put the layout on that screen, but it's the same screen, I think, but it's a different board driving it. So there we go. Have you trimmed your beard? No, I think it just, yes, sorry. When I had a haircut, I had a little bit taken off it to get the scraggly ends off it and to get a bit of shape in there, but it does need a good old, waxing and sorting out, to be honest with you. So, you know, there we go. Next, Basium RDA, please. No, very unlikely I'm going to do an RDA. I've thought about it again, but it's like my kind of whinge at the start, you know, the idea of doing something there's so much out there that's the same, and everybody's borrowing this and that from everywhere else, and that's cool, that's fine, and that's dandy. That's how we get really good gear. But to do something different, you're connecting two leads. That's all you're doing, a positive and a negative. You're connecting those two things. So clamps are a bit rubbish, like the spring-loaded ones. Single clamps like we've seen. Oh, the Goon. Has everyone seen the new Goon? Go and check out Homeboy OC's video that he very kindly used a Basium in. But go and check out that on the YouTubes. And he's doing a presentation of the new Goon. The new Goon 25, I think they've called it. So go and check that bad boy out. But yeah, there's things are done, really. So, you know, it's hard. It's hard to figure out. What's the Curiously Cola like from Darkstar? I don't think I've got it, annoyingly. I don't think I've had it, which is frustrating, because I'm pretty sure I could kind of be quite heavily into a cola flavour at the moment. I really did like the Mr. Bogan, Vaping Bogan's Courant Cola, but no, I'd like to give the Darkstar one a go, but I don't think I've got it, so I might have to go and buy some. Would I sell you my copper? Would you sell me your copper dreamer? No, sorry. Vapor David, is the new Darkstar? I don't understand that question. I'm afraid, David. So we're going to need another one, I'm afraid. What else have we got going on in Ha? Was that a dry hit? No, it wasn't a dry hit. It's just my throat's going funky. There we go. Steve Gill says, I like Curiously Cola from Darkstar, best cola juice that I've had. So there we go. That's a resounding positive for that one. Give it a go. Give it a try. See what it's like. I am way behind on chat. Dean, please answer Asnike Plays question. What was... Oh, okay. Okay, it's like that, is it? Right. Okay. I don't know is the answer, and I am going to have to find out now. Is he swearing at me in another language? I'm gonna find out. It's you know, it's one I've got to do it now. I've got to do it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I've lost it. I've got to use a different chat thing. Ah, goodness. Here we go. Here we go. Found it. Found it. What's up, bro? What's up? Privyet. Как дела? There we go. That's my Russian done. So, there we go. Someone's giving me a thumbs down, sorry. Right, what have we got going on in here? Our vaping bike, the non-adjustable airflow on the Shogun is a bit pants. Righty-ho. Good to know, Steve. Thank you very much indeed. What have we got going on? I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom, and I'm going to sort of see if I can thing some questions so I can see what's going on. Right, so, Vaping Biker, what mouth-to-lung RDAs, RTAs are there apart from the Berserker? There is loads. If you're going to put little tiny coils in there, you've got a plethora, a massive, a sea of RDAs, especially with the older ones, you know. Go back and look on Todd's channel from like 3 years ago, or 2 years ago even. And check out some of the RDAs that he used to review there, because there's going to be a bunch of mouth-to-lung ones there, and particularly for the kind of the second-hand pages on Facebook or on forums or any of that sort of stuff, you'll be able to pick up some real corkers going on. No, there's a lot. I don't have. What do I have? I have. What was the no fear? No something. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, where's it gone? There it is. Oh, of course they don't put the fucking thing. Someone tell me what that one was. If I do that one. What was that? Someone tell me, because I really like that. The no legal from it's called the no legal. Can't remember who it's from. What's their name? Someone in chat will tell me, I'm sure. But no, that one, I really like that. It's a dinky little RDA and doesn't get used half as much as it should do because mouth-to-lung wise, it's a little bit crazy. No legal. I said it's a no legal. I got it. I'm on there on the no legal, but the company, shit, can't remember. Anyway, that, really good. Really like it. What else? Did anyone say? No, no one said. Nobody said yet. No, yes, Steve, it's no legal. No name. David Mottram, you win. Shit balls. There we go. Mick got in there as well, but David was in there first. No name mods did that one. So thank you very much. Thank you. The no pity was very, very good as well, but a little bit taller, so you needed the slam cap for that one. But the no legal was a little corker. So if you can get one of them, if you can find, I mean, they're not cheap. They're not a cheap RDA, but particularly on the kind of the pickups, they're it's a nice little jobby. In fact, let me show you the deck because we have the technology. I'm going to use a little Atty dock. There we go to pop this one in. Don't think I need the saturation up quite that much, do I? If there's some bar. I really like the fact with this Atty dock I can screw it on easily with my gammy hands. Do you know what I mean? Just makes me super happy. That's a little bit dirty as far as decks go, I'm afraid. Whoops. But and focus. There we go. That's the deck on that little puppy. Super easy to build. You've got those air holes at the bottom there, and then on the cap you've got those. You got the big honking great big one, or you've got some little ones. So you've got a bunch of options when it comes to the old airflows, which is good. And no, on this one you can go proper mouth to lung, and I quite like it. I think it's a great little idea, and I think it looks awesome. I really need a nice little mouth to lung. I need a mech with these big holes in it, just to make it look cool. 22 mil, that'd be the tits, wouldn't it? So that's that. Anyway. Good. Right. What else have we got? What have we got? So is there any others? Any others that I can think of? I can't think of any others off the top of my head, I'm afraid. I'm not really the core audience for those. I like a good mouth to lung from time to time. I do enjoy mouth to lung from time to time, but generally not something that I do a massive amount. So I don't really keep up, and I can't afford a lot of the posh stuff. But not something I mean to keep up with a lot, but I'm sure Todd has got a crap ton of mouth to lung RDAs in his review, so go and check those out. He might even have a mouth to lung playlist. I don't know, I doubt he's that organised, but he might have. So if he has, go and check it out. Best mouth to lung bottom feed RDA. Mouth to lung once again. I mean, I think I had a squonk pin for one of those for the no legal, and I think I had I like the Berserker. I think they're my favourites. So there we go. Boof. At Vaping Biker, the new Dark Star Liquid, is this cool? Is the new Dark Star Liquid good? Is that what you're asking? Yes, I think it is. There we go. My favourite is the Athena, and Mrs. Biker loves that one as well. But no, it seems good. It seems good. Enjoyable. Very nice. Depends what flavour you get, I guess. But that's it. Right. Get some more questions in if you've got them. Otherwise, I'm going to bugger off. We've only done an hour. Look, what? Vape fly come out with a lot of mouth to lung atties of late. Yes, the last vape fly one that I tried, I did not like at all. It never saw a review. I just did not like it in the slightest. Not at all. Not at all. So there we go. That was a thing. What else have we got going on in here? Cheap and easy Cthulhu, yeah. Cthulhu, Vapefly Galaxies, yeah. That's the thing. I didn't like that one. The Geek Vape Amit mouth to lung, didn't really like that one either, to be honest with you. Neither of them were particularly high on my mouth to lung list, to be honest with you. So there we go. The Galaxies, Guardians of, maybe, I don't know. But no, so I tried them, didn't like them. Was there a problem? Was there a problem with the Vapefly one? I can't remember. Will vape products become collectibles in the future? Now, that's a good question, Shrug, and that's a good question. Let's address that one now, shall we? I remember a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago, people were very, very kind of pro expensive mods as an investment. Pardon me, as an investing way of throwing a bunch of money into a nice bit of wood, and it would kind of just sit there and it'd hold its value and all that sort of stuff. Now, I think people are realising that that's not the case. Now, I'm fully prepared to be wrong on this one, but there is so much choice. And when you've got so many sort of companies that are offering really strong, really well-made, kind of low output mods, with, as in not many of them being made, there's so many great ones to choose from that the idea of going and blowing $1,000 on a mod now seems a little bit more ridiculous. Now, I don't move in those circles, obviously, so I don't really know for sure, but you know, when I can get something like this from Fine Mods, which is absolutely glorious, and I like it very, very, very much. When I can buy something like that, why would I want to go out and spend £1,000 on something that, you know, is from a guy that I never know, I've never spoken to, or I don't know? I know Matt. I know what his aftercare is like. I know that he's passionate about doing a good job when it comes to the mods, and will look after the customer. And so for that, I'm happy to do it. Now, when it comes to me buying mods personally, like I did with that one, I like having some kind of rapport, some kind of relationship with a modder, because without that, you don't know. You don't know for sure what it's going to be like, in as much as you don't know what their aftercare is going to be like. You don't know what's going to be what's going to happen in a year or two's time. And just because it's a lot of money doesn't necessarily mean it's good. I've seen some very expensive, and a few years ago there was one company in particular of a hatwear variety that were incredibly expensive, and people were flipping them with stupid money, and it was ridiculous. But I don't think I ever saw one that didn't have a gap sort of in this kind of area, and there is no need for that. But so there we go. So I think there are collectibles, but I don't think there are investments. There's going to be collectibles for things like, certain really good tanks, like Velocities. I think the Velocity V2 is still an amazing RDA. And if you've never had one, I think it's worth getting one, because I think they're fantastic. So collectible, yes, because there was only a few thousand of them made, no more made. So fucking right, absolutely. Worth a fuck ton of money? No. So there we go. Does that kind of answer it? I think I may have waffled a little bit there. But the thing is, now there's so much choice that there's stuff for everybody, so it's not like it used to be when there was 5 high-end stabwood manufacturers and everyone lost their shit over them. So now it's a case where there's so many, it can apply to everybody, whether you want something small and dinky and, a really tiny little mod, or whether you want something big and monstrous and, a beast of a thing. And you can get stabwood mods that'll hold 30mm atomizers, and you can get 3D printed mods that'll just hold a 22mm atomizer, so and everything in between. So there we go. And Alex is saying quite a valid thing there. Don't believe the hype. The hype train in vaping is real, without a doubt. It fucking is. And the hype train it's a funny thing, the hype train, because it'll generate its followers, its own fans. And then whatever you say, someone will go, fucking, no, you're wrong. And you can't do that, because it's vaping. I can have an experience with one thing and have a brilliant experience, and someone else can have a terrible one. But doesn't mean to say that either one of us is right or wrong. It just means that we've got our own vaping styles and our own vaping opinions. So, boof. There we go. Monster Man, thank you so much. Super chat, $50 from Monster Man Vapes. I'm going to put you on the broadcast right there. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much indeed for that, Monster Man. If you've got a question, make sure you bang it in there. But that's super. Thank you. I want to leave you up there for a minute. Hi, Vape and Bike here. Can you recommend a good RDA for the VGod Elite Mech mod? I cannot, because it depends on how you like to vape. So, and how much you want to spend and how much air you want. If you want single coil, dual coil, if you want it 24mm, 22mm, fucking whatever. Beauty ring, no beauty ring, tall, short, pink, blue, green, stainless, black, white, whatever. There's a lot in there. So that's why that most reviewers will have an RDA playlist. So go and check out those and see if anything tickles your fancy and that will match it. If it's the Elite that's going to be the black one, then I think it has that kind of sort of wobbly kind of black finish going on to it, that textured black finish. I have seen a couple of textured finish RDAs, but I can't think of any at the moment. I haven't got any going on here. Maybe the Bonza. Maybe a Bonza. I've got a Bonza here. It's one of the RDAs that I use a lot, so that could be worth a look. Give it a blast. What else we got going on here? I can take you down, Monster Man. Thank you once again for that one. Very kind. What else we got? David Mottram made a very good point. Totally would have put it up on the screen. However, sweary McSwearison. No, not gonna. Never pay more than RRP for anything. Flipping mods and atties is a game. You're absolutely bloody right. There is no requirement. You're not going to get a better vape from that than I am that or anything in front of me. You know, a mod is a way of controlling batteries. If they've got a DNA board in it or a Yeehee board or something like that, they're all going to work the same. They're all going to do exactly the same thing. They're just wearing prettier clothes. There's no need to buy above RRP. None whatsoever. What's the new software you've switched to? It's called Ecamm. It's for Macs. It's for the Macs. And one of the reasons I got this one is because when I have a like Todd in or anyone else that's going to come in the future, we've had to use Google Hangouts, and Google Hangouts is habitually terrible. And so because of that, I wanted to get something else. I've tried OBS, and that's great, but trying to get Skype to work with it on a Mac, because a Mac doesn't use the same kind of way of making noise happen as a Windows machine. So that was a pain in the dick. But no, this software is really good. And the fact that I can kind of, you know, do little things is really good. Thank you very much, Jano. Very kind. Hope you enjoy it. Have fun with that one. Hi, Vaping Biker. Any thoughts on the new Dragon mech mod being released? Now, I'm not sure, but I think... Hang on. Is it the Dragon that I'm thinking of? I'm sure somebody said that I'm going to be having a Dragon. I'm sure they have, but I could be wrong. One that I am quite looking forward to is I think it's called the Viking mod. That should be kind of cool. Looking forward to getting that one. That one should be with me in the not too distant future. So there's a very nice chap called Freet who's put that one together. Looking forward to that one. Right, here we go. Steve says, Steve from Heart Leathercraft. Go and check him out on Facebook. Nice stuff. Haven't got my wallet or anything that he's done near me, but he does very good stuff. What was I saying? Oh, yes. Do you have RDAs you keep going back to after all the ones you've reviewed? Yes, I do. I've got my kind of stainless steel RDA stand going on right here, and I've got a few that I will go back to time and time again. So one of them is like the Bonza, for instance. I've got some Twisted Messes ones going on there. I've got the recoil and the OG recoil. I've got that bad boy up there. I've got a few. I've got a few different ones there. I've got a Dead Rabbit or two. I've got a Dead Rabbit and a Dead Rabbit SQ there. We've got a couple of short stumpy ones going on. The Hadleys floating around there. So yes, there is a few. But yeah, there's a lot that I don't keep, and a lot. I've got so much stuff that I need to get rid of and give to patrons. It's ridiculous. I'm just very, very, very shit with my organisation. Right, what's going on? No, I don't. Bowdy Ben. I do not have one, my friend. No, not as yet. Right, what else have we got going on here? Crap Mac, absolutely Legion Vapes. Mac's the future. I fucking love it. As a creative, Macs are the way forward. But I love kind of finding alternatives and stuff. It really annoys the crap out of me that all the photography channels that I watch use on YouTube use Lightroom and Photoshop and all that sort of stuff. I use Affinity Photo because it's amazing. If you want an alternative to Lightroom and Photoshop, Affinity Photo and Affinity Designer are both amazing programs, and you spend like 50 quid on them or something, and then they're yours, done. There's none of this kind of monthly bullshit. It's great. One of the things I'm going to be doing on the website, by the way, if you care, is I'm going to put I'm going to put a page up, and it's going to have equipment I use, and there's going to be one page as a lead away from that. That's going to be vaping stuff. So it'll be whichever charger I'm using at any given time, and any other kind of roundabout things like the Atidoc stands and various odds and sods like that. So stuff, vaping gear that's not mods and atomizers. I'll stick that on there, and then I'll also do another one for studio gear. So things like lights or microphones or software or whatever else, because I know there's a lot of people that watch that might not be thinking about a vaping channel or something like that, but might like photography, so might like to know about things like Affinity Photo or whatever else. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to throw a whole mess of things together like that one. Right, what else have we got? He's not reading my text. Oh dear, there's a lot of messages there. I can't see what you wrote. Still waiting for the Bastion to be available in the Malaysia market. There we go. That's what you wrote. Well, I can't help that, I'm afraid. I don't have a shop in Malaysia, so I don't know. Wherever you buy your vape equipment from in Malaysia, tell them to email Dovpo, and they'll get some in. Hopefully, but that's the best I can. That's the best I can do on that one. I'm not selective. See, I ask every time, every week, for the last however many weeks I've been doing these Monday Night Lives. I say, if you've got a question, can you put them in uppercase? Because my papers are shit. And when there's a lot of text in front of me, they're hard to read. When they're uppercase, I've got a good chance of reading it. See, look now, Fat Guy Vapes, boof, uppercase, capital letters. What's your thoughts on the new mod that lets you mix your juice with drink? Stupid, gash, shouldn't be allowed. Terrible idea. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, and wish it dies in a horrible accident. Do you know what I mean? I think it's disgusting. Not only is it kind of bong-like in what it does, but it's idiots are going to look at it and go, oh, cool, I can just pour Diet Coke in my RDA and I'll be able to vape it. And no, that's a terrible idea. So no, I do not like them. I think it's terrible. I think it's a terrible image for vaping. I think it's terrible, terrible, terrible. And what else is terrible, seeing as I'm ranting a little bit, there's lots of new companies in coming out of China at the moment that keep emailing me, and I'm sure they're doing it to every other reviewer as well, saying, can you review our new vape pen or whatever that's designed for CBD? CBD is the next biggest thing in vaping and all that sort of shit. Fuck off, is it? I get so angry. Oh dear, what have we got going on here? What have we got? Oh dear, people are talking there. What's a good lens for music videos type situation? I'm a real fan of Sigmas. I know a lot of people don't like Sigmas. Wherever possible, shrug. If you're going to be using, I know it's not a vaping question, but it's just something that I'm interested in, so I'm going to answer it. If you're going to be doing a run and gun, so it's all going to be handheld, then you're going to want something with stabilization. Ideally, if you're going to be using a gimbal or something to stabilize your camera, I really like the idea of a prime lens with a fixed focus point, because then you can kind of zoom in and you get those really nice sweeping sort of defocus to focus shots and all that sort of stuff. Nice 50mm prime lens. Whoosh, you bastard. Love it. Love it. Nice bokeh in the background, and on it in a kind of a live music or a music video situation, when you've got a nice bokeh in the background, you've got the lights that can kind of pop up and kind of get that nice, buttery. It's gorgeous. Anyway, that sort of stuff makes me happy. Right. Alex, you're a very bad man. Grim Green is still using the CBD. That's fantastic and good for him, and a lot of people are, and good for them too. I'm pleased for them. That's brilliant. But it's not the next biggest thing in vaping. It's not. I've tried it. It does absolutely nothing for me. But, if it does something for other people, then crack on. Now then, Jay Jarry, seeing as you went uppercase, thank you very much. What's your thoughts on throwaway sub-tanks? I saw them. The first time I saw them was, I think it was the first expo last year. There's a little company, can't remember the name of them, that were doing them, and I don't know if they ever went to market. I looked at the sort of prototypes and stuff they had on the stand, and it was an interesting idea, but I think kind of stupid, to be honest with you. I think, I don't really see the benefit of having an entire tank that you throw away. All it needs is one crap juice. Do you know what I mean? One juice that'll fuck up your coils in a day, and then you'll be getting rid of that tank in a day. So that seems a bit daft. If you can just change out your coil, job's fucking good, in my opinion. So there we go. And I think they are quite wasteful. I do think they're quite wasteful. Any plans to review? See, look, these uppercase ones, they're coming up. Any plans to review the Sidefire mech from Broadside? No plans to, Grant. I don't have one. I might buy one. I don't know, but I did ask Evolution if they had them, and they didn't. So I don't know. If I buy one, then I will, maybe. But I don't think I've ever spoken to them, so they're not going to send me one. Have you got an RDA coming out anytime soon? No, I haven't, Mike. Sorry. Okay. I'm a new vape reviewer on YouTube. What editing software do you recommend? Monster Man, I use a Mac. So if you're on a Windows machine, I can't really help you with that one, I'm afraid. I used to use iMovies on the Mac, which is very, very good for free software. And then now I use Final Cut Pro. I am fully entrenched in Final Cut Pro. I did try to get DaVinci Resolve up. I downloaded it. The bugger would not open. It was looking for controllers that weren't there. So that was super annoying. But I think DaVinci you can get on Windows, and I think you can get a free version of that, and that's hugely capable. There is so much you can do in that one, so worth going and checking. DaVinci Resolve, go and check that one out as well. What else we got going on in here? What else? Mason, any new products or releases you're looking forward to? No, is the short answer. The long answer is I've not seen anything that is different, that is kind of exciting, that kind of gets my undercarriage, twisted. It does. There's nothing that I'm kind of looking at that I've seen on Instagram or Twitter or anything coming out that I'm excited about. I'm kind of interested in having a go with the new Goon 25. I'm kind of interested in having a blast with that one. But no, to get excited, that would be over-egging it massively. Or looking forward to even. What else have we got going on in here? Looking for the uppercase. Everybody stop doing that. Oh dear. You're a knobhead. Louise, I answered your text. I answered it. It was the one saying about Malaysia, wasn't it? Type it again. So, there we go. There we go, look. There we go, look. Well done. Good fucking work. Excellent. Good job, Shrug. And yes, the jewel. I mean, if you're in America or somewhere like that and you've got 50 milligram jewels, then they will make you cough your hoop up. To be honest, when I mouth lung, I still use 3 milligram. I just vape more. Zap Raps. There we go. Look, he's the man. He's the man. Evening to you, sir. Evening to you. What else have we got? What else have we got? JFN development. Well, obviously. Now, good question. See, this has gone on way longer than I expected. I need a mech tube by you. What are the chances of doing that in the future? I thought about doing a mech, and I was kind of interested in doing a mech, and I was kind of interested in doing a side firing mech, and I was also interested in doing a parallel mech. And I've kind of had a couple of designs that have been knocking around and all that sort of stuff. But the problem is that when you do something like that, you're kind of throwing yourself out there it couldn't be super affordable. We had the issue with the Naughty Cricket when people were going out and buying them and not knowing how to use them. And I'd hate for someone to buy a product of mine that didn't have any safety features, and if someone didn't know what they were doing, could damage themselves. And so I would love to make a mech, but it would be really difficult because I'd want it available to everybody as long as they knew what they were doing. Does that make sense? Because I'd freak out if someone bought a mechanical device from me and then damaged themselves. Muiz, I have no opinion on that one. People are people. There's plenty of people floating around. Phil Reeve, what do you think of the top side squonk? I think it's very innovative. I think it's very cool. I think I'd like to have a go at it. I think Brian, who the TVC guy, is a really stupidly nice bloke. I'm confident that any product that he releases will be very, very good. So I imagine it'll be splendid. Yeah, I think it'll be really, really good. What else have we got going on in here? What was that question? No, that was the question. Here we go. Another one. Monster Man Vapes. You reviewed the Mason Dump Tank 40 and thought it was bonkers. How about the Aromizer Titan 41? No. Just, we're going too far now. It's just, I thought it was great because I originally did the first Mason, the 40mm RDA, which I think was the first 40mm RDA that was out there, which was just mental. It was fantastic. And I loved it. I thought it was really good because it was so bonkers. And so I did the tank because that was the follow-up to the RDA. But no, I've got no plans on reviewing any other massive tanks because we've done them now. They're unlikely to be a daily driver for the majority of people. There'll be a small amount of people that will use them, but yeah, it's certainly not something that I'm super excited about, to be honest with you. Jerry is asking what size RDA do you like to use? Most seen a lot of 22mm coming out. I'd still prefer a 24. I still prefer a 24 because I like to be able to put my favourite Clapton coils in there, and that just makes me happy. 22s and you're sort of missing out on a bunch of deck space and a whole bunch of stuff. So if I'm going from mouth to lung, 22 all the way. 22 short and dumpy, but I mean for a single coil even potentially a 22, but no, I still prefer a 24. I'm still a big proponent of the 24s. There should be a test to own a mech like a driving test. Absolutely. But, we've got, I know for a fact there are shops out there that still will offer the worst gear to new starters or people that don't know what they're doing, because I get messages where someone has said, I'll get an email where, I've just been to a vape shop, I've just started vaping, someone given me this mech with this tank, is it any good? And I lose my mind a little bit. I lose my shit. But, it just really winds me up. Is that English? We'll collab on a mech. I get that bit. In-have. In-have? In-have. Right. Okay. I think we're kind of, I think we're going, here we go. Last couple of questions. What's your thoughts on the mech mod from Kennedy? I think it's Sidefire. Is that the new one that Todd's just reviewed or about to review? That Kennedy, that's not a Sidefire as far as I know. But I've never had a Kennedy mod. I've had a Kennedy RDA, but never had a Kennedy mod. What do you think of the Pulse X Squonker? Never had one of those. Vandy Vape stopped talking to me, so I've not had anything like that. What else have we got here? Dave, your vaping buddy. Mrs. Vaping Buddy just joined the 4% Club. Way! Well done, Mrs. Vaping Buddy. Nice to have you in. Do a review on the Nimbus RDA. You're not the boss of me. You're not the boss of me. You're not my dad. You can't tell me what to do. Right. And on that note, I think we've probably come to an end, aren't we? We've done an hour and a half. Longer than I expected, longer than I wanted, longer than you wanted, and no one's going to watch it. This is a good thing, look. My local shop took my mech off me and made me prove I knew Ohm's law, etc. Well, hey, that's good. That's good. I'd rather be a shop be overzealous than not give a shit. So good. Good. I think we are done. So, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you enjoy I hope you did enjoy the last two videos. If you haven't seen them, go and check them out. The wrapping one is just something that's just, I'm trying to keep them quite short so they're easily watchable as well. So yeah, that I think is, it looks pretty. And is fairly useful. So go across to zapwraps.co.uk if you want to check out some more wraps. Like I said in that video, he does a fuck ton of different wraps, and for a crap ton of, I'm not sure which is more, but I think it's the crap ton is more, for a bunch of different manufacturers. So pretty much whatever mod you've got, he'll have a wrap for it. And he does a massive array of wraps as well. So go and check him out, zapwraps.co.uk. Ben Michael Deere, well, you should have been here earlier, shouldn't you? Right. And also go and check out the Purge one, see if you like that one. Like I said, I think that's the sort of direction I'd like to go. I'm not going to say that I won't do anything in the studio again. Of course I will. But I want to kind of make them a watching experience rather than just this, and this. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, hello, I'm Vaping Biker. Nice to see you. Thanks very much for joining me. Here's a review of this, and it does this. It works like this. It's all right. It's good. Yeah, lovely. Anyway, you can buy them from here. See ya. That it's a tried and true method, and loads of people love it. Loads of people love it, and there'll probably be a lot of people that stop watching. But hopefully, if we can get something that looks a bit sexier, looks a bit prettier, it'll be a little bit nicer. Still be the same information in there, but it'll just look a little bit nicer. Right, Zap Wraps, can we get a Basium nipple wrap? I think Zap Wraps will do you a custom wrap. I'm not entirely sure. Dave, maybe you can let me know if that's a thing. If that is, then Alex, you can go and put nipples on a Basium if you want. Right. Now, on that one, I think we are good to go. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. The website will be up and running hopefully tomorrow after my thing that I've got to do. If I've got the time to spend on that one, and I'm in that kind of mindset. But it'll be done by the end of this week for sure. And then you can go across to the shop and all that sort of good shit in there if you want to. There's also the Patreon if you want to support the channel. There's also the PayPal if you want to do a one-off donation. And if you do go into the Patreon, then there's different levels. Things are happening, and when I'm not shit, I will be I'll be doing some more stuff on there. And we raised nearly 500 quid, I think, for charity recently. So we'll bang in a fair bit more, hopefully, over the coming months before Christmas. So we'll get shit done. Right. On that note, I'm away. Thank you. Thank you so much. I haven't got I need to do some intro videos and outro videos. Now I've got this whizzy software that does it all. I need to get that sorted out. So anyway, let's just do the intro for the outro, shall we? We'll do that. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Ian the Vaping Biker. You've been awesome, and I will see you very, very soon. Have it larger. Up. These are so wrong. I screwed myself. I pressed the wrong screen and then got confused. Should we try it again? Right. Have it large again.